Yo, what's up, folks? This is Impact, and I want to take this time to welcome you back to the Hurt Business 101. Let's get right into it. This weekend, we have Stephen Fulton versus the monster, Naoya Inoue. This is going to be a banger, guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm really interested in this fight, and I take my hat off to these guys for having the confidence in themselves and being willing to go out there and give us this great fight. A fight that they didn't have to give us, particularly at this time. Inoue is coming up in weight. He's jumping right in there with the best guy at the weight class. No shucking and jiving, no playing around. That's just how I like it. He really believes that he's everything that he's being pegged as. A, a 1 through 3 top pound for pound fighter, and he's behaving like it by the choices that he's making. He really believes it. Stephen Fulton is also a guy that really has a lot of self-belief. He has the belts. He's willing to take this show on the road and go all the way over to Japan in this guy's home, right in his backyard, knowing that, when you go into someone else's backyard, the crowd is against you. It's a hostile environment. And a lot of times in a really close fight, you're going to be hard-pressed to get the decision, particularly against a guy with popularity, and that's also a rising star. And to be in all honesty, it seems like the game really wants Inoue to be the next guy because of how lucrative it may be from the type of notoriety that he's getting right now. So he's putting a lot on the line to go over there and do that. Let's jump into the breakdown. I really want to see how Inoue is going to respond moving up in weight against the bigger man. We've never really seen him in there with a guy that has the physical ability to kind of impose himself on the inside like Fulton. So I want to see how he's able to deal with that. People look at the weight and say, "Oh, it's only 4 or 5 pounds," and they really don't understand. That's a lot. These guys are already cutting themselves down as close to 0% body fat as they can possibly get, dehydrating themselves to make weight and all of those things like that. So those extra 4 or 5 pounds that you're looking at, it's a big deal. It's more of a deal than people really understand. So I want to see how he deals with that. Also, I want to see how the punching power translate. I know guys that had that snappy punching power, those natural born punchers that don't rely on wearing their opponents down with by just mauling on them. A lot of those snappy guys like the Manny Pacquiao's, you can even throw Terrence Crawford in there, how the power translated coming up. They might not be the most physically strong guys, but they still pack a punch. It's like they say punches are born, not made. These guys just can punch. And until they go far outside of, the range where they can, still have a positive effect with their power on guys, they generally translate well. I'm looking for that in the fight. The monster is really good from the mid-range. He's a rhythm fighter. It's a herky-jerky rhythm. It's in, it's out. It's coming in with the jab, throwing straights, throwing hooks to the body, punch variation. All of that. He's very creative with the way that he does things. Hard to pick up on his pattern. It's just like an unorthodox pattern, and you really can't find sparring to duplicate it. I mean, really, if it's me, I would definitely try my best to get Manny Pacquiao or somebody that's just jumping in and out with that type of herky-jerky style, just to try to get the feel of it. Not to completely mimic the guy, but just to try to get the feel of that herky-jerky style, along with someone jumping in with punching power and different types of combinations that you kind of not used to seeing a lot. It's hard to really get the timing down on a guy like that, but I'm definitely interested in seeing. I know he comes with a lot of power, and he has shown to have heart. Before the Donaire fight, I was really waiting. The jury's always out, and I can see the talent pop. The ability is there. It doesn't matter what level of competition I see a guy fight. I can see the I can see the ability. It's there. What I look for in some of those fights, I want to see how they respond to adversity, and see if they still are the same guy after they face some adversity. And he passed that test in Donaire 1. He had his orbital bone broke, and he faced some adversity, got cut for the first time. He stayed poised and stayed right in there, and he still was able to do the same thing that he normally does. And if you didn't see Donaire versus Inoue 1, I suggest you go to YouTube and pull up the video and watch the fight. You'll thank me later for that. Stephen Fulton, he's a good fighter at all 3 levels, inside, mid-range, all the way out. But I believe in this fight, he needs to minimize the mid-range fighting. The mid-range fighting, I think, Inoue has the snappier in his punches, his snappier shots, and his punches make it from... Fulton puts punches together fast, but I believe Inoue, his single shots make it from point A to point B a little quicker from what I see. So for instance, from the mid-range, Fulton I think he really needs to pay attention and be careful in exchanges, because those exchanges, those short, quick, snappy shots, oftentimes will reach Fulton before Fulton's shots will reach Inoue. I think he needs to kind of avoid the mid-range as much as possible. That's just what I see. I really believe controlling the outside, keeping Inoue completely out of his range, not letting him get comfortable, is going to be key. And also, when he gets on the inside, I think, like I talked about, that physicality, I believe Inoue carries his power and he has good stamina. He carries that all the way through the fight. But I believe if he wants to try to wear him down, we don't know what's going to happen, if he's going to get tired, fatigued, or what. But the best way to test that is to put him in a position that he's not used to being in. Carry him faster than he really wants to be carried. That's how you really want to test his stamina, by making him fight you off on the inside, grabbing him, turning him, pushing him up against the ropes, beating on his body, things of that nature to kind of make him exert more energy than he wants to. If you allow him to fight at his own pace, in and out, throw punches when he wants to throw punches, not engage when he doesn't want to engage, you got to kind of carry him. That's what we mean when we talk about a fighter needs to carry the guy fast. That means he made him fight at a faster pace than he really wants to fight at. And that's a lot of times how you get to really find out the type of stamina a guy has. So I'm really looking forward to it. If these guys come in and do exactly what I think they are going to do, I think we all in for a treat. I'm not going to give you the prediction right now. I'll come back with that video another time. Once again, you know what they say. They say it's no business like show business, but I say it's no business like the hurt business. 1-0-1, done.